Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another installment of MLE Rocket League Esports, brought to you by 8PM Music. I am your host, Fresh, on Team Dr. Pepper, and I'm joined by my co-host, Goose, on Team Mountain Dew. We have yet another wild lineup for you tonight. Goosen, why don't you go ahead and tell us what we got going on?
So we've got Blizzards versus Spartans Champion League. Standard Series, we've got, oh boy, who are all our players? We've got Mr. Biggles, Sylveon, and Zaya on the Spartans versus Peso, Swift, and Boostin on the Blizzard. And this is going to be an interesting one because the Blizzard are coming into this with a 6-0 series win, a record of 23-7, an absolute powerhouse coming to the field. Versus our Spartans, 3-3 series record, 12-18. So they're losing their games, but their series record is tied. We'll see their 11th overall versus the Blizzard, who are at number 1. It's going to be interesting.
It's definitely going to be interesting. And I mean, 90% of you in chat know that these are my boys, right? These are my Spartan boys, and we're going to remain impartial to the series. But, you know, for the Spartans, this would be a huge win. This would give them a chance to kind of level out their record, maybe get the record positive again, and get a anchor and yank the Blizzard down from the number 1 spot. So with that being said, this is a series that kind of we'll see how it goes. It can go one of two ways. It can be really close, and the Spartans might be able to pull a couple games off the Blizzard, or the Blizzard are going to just be an absolute storm and avalanche the Blizzard, or avalanche the Spartans. Wow, I'm so good with words tonight, everybody. I love it. But the Blizzard, as of right now, have a 99.9% chance to make playoffs. I can't imagine them missing this right now. So they're playing, you know, with a mindset on the beach in the sun with a margarita in your hand. You know, you're laid back and chilling. You've got playoffs pretty much clinched before roster lock even hits, which is very few and far between that happens.
Yeah, the Spartans, they're gonna have to lock down because winter is coming. They're gonna have to be ready for this one. This is gonna be a tough matchup for them.
Yeah, the chances of the Spartans making playoffs right now is 6%, just shy of 7%, 6.96. So just shy of 7%. Now, I remember last season on the Shadow on Academy League team, we made it to playoffs with a 4% chance. So, I mean, it's entirely possible. Zaya coming in almost got the double, but Boostin's gonna miss this, leaves it for Swift. Swift is gonna go for a 45. Biggles knocks it all the way back down the field. Boostin here has it. Sylveon there, puts it in, and the Spartans score first. Sylveon puts one in a mere 16 seconds into the game. The Spartans, they came prepared.
Oh yeah, no, they came with intent. They've got their swords out. They're ready for the 300. They're ready to go. Going to the next face-off. We've got Biggles versus Peso. Biggles wins it under the offensive side here. Swift tries to push it back onto the Spartans' defense. Boostin now taking control of it. Barely takes a whiff there. Pushing it back out to Peso. Peso for the shot and sinks it in. A quick response time from the Blizzard here. Dropping a few snowflakes and dropping a few goals.
No, they're just there. The Spartans, they snuffed out any momentum or mentality that they gained from that very quickly. You thought you were up a goal, or you thought you had a little bit of momentum. The Blizzard clapped back right after that and snuffed out any momentum that the Spartans had. But a good 50 there leaves the net open. Boostin's trying to get back to this. Peso gets a really awkward touch. Biggles is already up for this, puts it down into the corner, tries to get it out front. He's got no boost, kind of shadowing it on the way back, leaves it for Zaya, who gets demoed. Boostin here has the ball, looking for a flick, tries to get it there. Sylveon knocks it away. Sylveon here tries to get it towards the net, has no boost to make a challenge. Both Biggles and Zaya tracking in the backfield. Here comes Zaya, knocks it off the sidewall. Swift gets there, knocks it back towards net. The Spartans followed it, but luckily it goes off the post. Peso puts this off the back wall, and Sylveon's going to bang it out to the mid-third, and he's got an open net. Nobody is home for the Blizzard, but Swift manages to make it back in time, and he beats the second defender, goes for a flick off the backboard. Peso misses the follow-up for that. Sylveon here knocks it out to the mid-third, trying to get a touch on it. Can't quite get there. Gets beat by Boostin. Zaya is awkward. Peso's up for this. Gets 50 by Zaya, though. Boost in here. Gets a floater off the backboard. Sylveon reads this. Puts it out to Peso. Zaya getting ready to challenge. Misses the touch. Sylveon leaves it for Biggles, who lets it roll all the way to the goal line, making me a little bit nervous there, my boy. But the Spartans are on the defensive foot. They have got to break offensive pressure.
Yeah, here we go. Just as we say that, Biggles tries to find a way out of the zone, and Swift keeps it here on the offensive side for the Blizzard. Taking a shot from Peso just off the post, a shot from Boostin off the crossbar again, and the Spartans are scraping and clawing, trying to find a way out of the situation. Here as Zaya pulls it off the corner, trying to keep out of the dangerous area. Biggles keeping it just barely out of their net. Another almost shot, putting it back off the backboard from Swift. Now, missed aerial from Biggles, tricking Boostin on it as well.
That
Another
is
missed
4
aerial
consecutive
between
whiffs.
between Peso and Zaya. Here we go as the ball is floating in the middle third of the field. Sylveon trying to push it down, getting a shot on. And the Blizzards were caught on their offensive mindset, not ready for defense. Sneaks it in for a goal up in the game, half a game left. Sylveon pulling it here for the Spartans.
Yeah, both Peso and Boostin went for that back corner boost instead of taking that boost line back, and one of them rotating near post. It's a little mistake, but the Spartans managed to capitalize, and they're looking to do it again. Isaiah puts another one in mid. Biggles here getting ready to challenge Boostin on the wall, gets a dunk on it, down in the front of the net. Swift is up for this, gets a touch to the mid third, has control of it, looking for a flip reset, doesn't quite get it, but Sylveon knocks it all the way back down the field. Boostin here has a touch, Sylveon knocks it out. Peso here can't quite get a good touch on it. Biggles just can't quite get there. 50, Peso gets a demo. Sylveon gets the redirect of his life down to Biggles. Boostin is going to be there, though, to keep possession of it. Sylveon manages to get a touch. Peso knocks it away. Zaya tries to put it towards net, but Swift knocks it away. Sylveon keeps it in. Peso, the Blizzard, scrambling for boost as the Spartans are mounting offensive pressure. But they quickly lose it just as quickly as they got it. What a save by Zaya to keep it off the goal line. A second save by Zaya to keep the Spartans in the lead. The Blizzard desperately trying to ice the Spartans on the offensive line, and Zaya coming absolutely clutch there on the goal line to keep them in the lead with 1 minute and 30 seconds left.
Here it comes. Spartans trying to pull it onto the offensive side, pushing Peso, cause him to make quick decisions and possibly a few mistakes. Biggles and Boostin now facing off in the middle third. Here's the ball, floats down. Swift takes control of it, collects it onto the offensive side, tries to get it back to the middle, and Zaya denies it, pushing it on the offensive side. Now Sylveon has to try to get into the middle of the field to get it past all the defenders. Peso denies all that play, as Zaya now collecting it in the middle third, dropping it down to Peso. Peso pushing him down for a shot, just wide as Sylveon floats through the middle. Ball dropping in front, Sylveon keeps it in the corner, while two Blizzard offense men are now pushing him down on it. Peso trying to take another shot. Looks like they're just trying to pull out these Spartans and string them thin on boost, but the Spartans are doing a fantastic job of keeping that ball where it needs to be, out of the dangerous areas. Now on the goal line, rolls in at just a few miles an hour. Swift gets the goal to tie the game with only 36 seconds remaining.
Yeah, it's just an unfortunate circumstance if I have ever seen one. Zaya got the save, but for whatever reason, the ball had just enough momentum to carry it over the goal line before Biggles could get back. It's a tie game, but the Spartans, I mean, it's only game one, and game one never really defines the pace of a series. Everything could change at this point forward. But the Spartans in game one, they came mentally prepared for the mountain they were going to have to climb in the storm they were going to have to weather. Here comes Biggles, lost it to Boostin. Zaya, and that is, I would like to comment on the amount of whiffs on open balls. It seems like each team is going for a block on the other player, but neither player hits it, so nobody does. And it's just kind of weird to see. Here comes Peso, knocks it up off the backboard, coming down in front of net. Zaya's there, Boostin can't get there, and Peso words are hard. Words are very hard. Peso couldn't finish that. But here comes Biggles, gets bumped off by Peso. Still has a little bit of boost to work with. Boostin missed it. Biggles goes up for a 50, gets it off the sidewall. Peso jumps for this. Sylveon's there, awkward in the near post. Can't quite get there, and he puts it in, and Peso ends the series just like that. Or ends the series, ends the game one. Is Sylveon was awkward, and Zaya just could not get to that ball. It's unfortunate, but Blizzard take game one.
Oh yeah, that was a fantastic series. Only 16 seconds of overtime, but the Spartans pulled it out. They got it. They got Blizzard pushed all the way into the corner to pull them into an overtime. But throughout that entire game, the Blizzard did kind of hold a little bit of that momentum. They had clearly more shots. Sitting at, what is this? Holy cow, 13 shots? Sorry, 12 shots from the Blizzard here? I can't do math, man.
They had
nevertheless
7
well
saves on 13 shots.
Yeah, I mean, the Spartans, they had a lot of work in front of them, and they did as best they could. They got it to overtime. They almost got the win out of the game. And coming into this with the series records where they were, that's almost as good as you can ask for. But I think the Spartans got something in them. I think they might be able to get a couple wins off here.
Yeah, the Spartans, keep in mind, this is the first game. This is the first time they've run into the Blizzard, the first time they've played them. Having that kind of turn, I mean, yes, you lost the game, but you lost in overtime. And you held a lead for the duration, almost the entire duration of the game. And the only reason you lost that lead was on a fluke goal. So really, to me, it looks like the Spartans were the better team, but the Blizzard were kind of better at capitalizing on the Spartans' mistakes. Either way, this series, I mean, it could, call me crazy, it could go either way. Everybody's rooting for the Blizzard because the statistics and the stats and the records, everything points to the Blizzard winning this match. But the turnout of game one and how the Spartans played definitely shows that they are not to be counted out this easily.
Here comes the ball, starts floating down on the Spartans side, trying to get knocked off the backboard by Swift. Gets pushed out. Peso now trying to collect the ball and put it back into where it needs to go. Sylveon pushing it over to their offensive end. A light defensive touch from Swift over to Boostin. Boostin clears it down the Blizzard's offensive side, trying to get a shot here on Zaya. Zaya keeps it away from the middle of the zone. Now ball going up on the wall. Swift trying to collect it and push it back into the middle, trying to get a shot opportunity for one of his teammates here. Zaya pushes it back out. Now the Spartans are looking to try to get that ball before the Spartans do to keep control of it going into this remaining 4 minutes of the game. Ball's now dropping down. A 50 as it gets pushed on through the middle of the field. Peso, zero boost as Swift comes in trying to help. Trying to get a shot off. Zay denies it. Boostin putting it back into the zone, forcing these Spartans to stretch out a little bit, forcing them to possibly try to force them to make a mistake here. Swift pushing it to the middle of the field. Biggles, the only defender back. And he keeps it out from Peso trying to take a shot, floating in. Boostin takes it down off of the ceiling from himself to put the ball off the ground and up into the top of the net.
Yeah, the Blizzard coming out, not necessarily with an early lead, but Zaya and Sylveon just unfortunately couldn't communicate that save. And Boostin, props on the recovery to get back to that ball, to get down to where they needed to be to put that on net. Here comes Zaya, pops off the ceiling, gives Boostin an open shot. Sylveon here gets a touch out to the wall. Doesn't look like he has a whole lot to work with, though. Coming off the ceiling, looking for a ground pinch. Peso takes that away from him very quickly. Sylveon, third man with no boost. Biggles challenges there at first man. Zaya gets an awkward touch for his teammate to go take control of it, but Sylveon loses it in the corner. Peso's there, and the Spartans just caught with their pants down in the back third with no boost and no touches. Sylveon passed it right out to the mid, unable to keep control of it, and Peso was there once again, like I said, to capitalize on the Spartans' mistakes.
Yeah, the Blizzard definitely picked apart the Spartans, pulled all the boost away from them, and forced them to stretch themselves thin, and then they just punched right through that little membrane. Got a nice little goal.
Here comes Swift back on the sidewall again. 14 boost, can't really make anything happen. Biggles got all the boost, but not anymore. He got demoed. Boostin misses this. Sylveon manages to get it over one. Can't get it over two, though. Goes for the demo on the goalie, but does not get it. Peso beats Zaya on the wall. Biggles there trying to get it under control. Tries to get there. Sylveon makes a save. It's off the corner, though, coming back down. Both of the Blizzard are up for this. And the Spartans, again, they're low on boost, and they need that boost to start making those plays because they are not maintaining it. They're losing the corners and the mids to the Blizzard, who are just have their absolute foot on the Spartans' throat right now. I mean, I know it's supposed to be the Spartans that have the kick in that scene from that movie 300, but right now the Blizzard are just absolutely downing the Spartans.
Yeah, the Spartans they're in a storm right now. They've got to find a way out of it. They look like they're panicking just a little too much. They're not able to find a way to get a defender out to get some boost to try to get back to the home area of their zone to try to keep that ball away from where they don't want it. Right now, as we're looking at a 50 in the middle of the field, Sylveon wins it onto their offensive side. Mr. Biggles now getting bumped on the defensive side. Peso pushing it over with almost no defenders from the Spartans as Boostin controls the ball going across the midfield. Boostin giving a pass back into the middle. Another shot, uncontested from the Blizzard. Coming down, looking for a double tap, but a pass out to the middle, and Boostin sinks it in for a 4-goal stretch lead over the Spartans.
I'm going to be honest, the Spartans' defensive rotation is about as organized as a bowl of ramen noodles. It's not looking good on the defensive third there. Players are coming in different directions at wrong posts. One of them was in the corner going for a boost while the double tap was happening. Like, it is just not where it needs to be, and that is going to be a huge change that they need to make. Lucky there on the double commit there from the Spartans. So Peso puts this in off the backboard. Gets a dem on last defender. Peso almost gets a double, Boostin almost gets a double tap. Peso trying to get a touch off the back wall. Zaya manages to knock this to the mid-third. Boostin misses the ball. Zaya gets a dunk down, trying to get some offensive pressure going. Sylveon, unfortunately, can't quite get this on net fast enough. And the only offensive chance it looks like that the Spartans have had all game was thwarted due to lack of boost yet again.
Here we come now as the Blizzard have control of the ball almost in the midfield. Zaya pushes it back onto the offensive side, trying to make the Blizzard panic, trying to keep something going. Sylveon trying to get a touch on it. Blizzard pushing the time. Now as the ball rolls towards the Spartans net, Zaya collects it, trying to keep it in the midfield here and away from the dangerous areas. Sylveon now waiting for the touch from the Blizzard player, nice and patient, as Biggles now has to collect the ball, misses the touch on it. Shot from Boostin, blocked and denied by Sylvia. Zaya now pushing it in the middle. Mr. Biggles getting a touch on it, trying to get into the middle of Blizzard's defensive side here, trying to get a shot as Sylveon takes that shot, puts it off the backboard, pushed off into the corner by Peso. Zaya now trying to keep the time away from the Blizzard, but Swift finds it in the middle of the field and can take a nice, easy shot past the low count of defenders that the Spartans are showing right now.
That low count would be absolutely 0. The Spartans now,
it's rough.
They are not. They've got it. What they need to do now. You got 46 seconds left. This game's a wash, right? What you need to do is take some time, finish out the game, play your game, but try and keep your mental in check and not lose the stability, the mental stability that you have. Keep positive. You know, yeah, you're losing games, but it's the #1 seed in the league. It's to be expected. But you gave them a run for their money in game 1, but you absolutely dropped game 2. Every time I look at the Spartans defenders, I see them, they have no boost, they're out of position, and they're miscommunications. So they're not generating any offense, and ultimately they are failing to get the clears, and they're failing to transition from defense to offense. There's no follow-up touches. It's just an absolute dumpster fire on the back third. But that doesn't mean that they can't fix it going into game 3. They're down 2-0 on the series. Blizzard are on series point. Now, if the Blizzard win this, they keep their undefeated record. But if the Spartans win by some, I don't know, angel in the outfield, they manage to live to fight another day and hopefully force a game 4 or hopefully force a game 5. But you want to take at least 1 or 2 games off of the Blizzard to kind of stop any momentum that they have, because these guys are rolling with it.
Oh yeah, the reverse sweep isn't off the table yet. Spartans still have a chance here. They can still win a series, and I gotta say I love an underdog story. If the Spartans can pull one out, I mean, I'd love to see it. I want to see these Spartans realize that they have nothing left to lose. If they lose the series, so be it. But you've got nothing left to lose. Just go out there, have way more fun than them, and use that to your advantage. Mess with their mental state. Try to get a win off of them. If you can do that to the top seed, I mean, that looks fantastic. I think they can do a great job with it.
Yeah, there is really, like, they have nothing to lose. Their chances of making playoffs at this point, unless they go out and do something absolutely crazy in the divisional matchups, the chances of them making playoffs are very, very, very slim. So they obviously, you want to keep that dream alive. But one series right now in cross-divisional matchups is not going to hurt you. You need to focus on keeping your mental in check and having fun, because ultimately you're going to play better that way. And the Blizzard, right off the bat, just making absolutely amazing plays. The communication from Boostin to Peso to redirect that in caught Sylveon off guard, and Zaya just was slow back yet again. having little to no boost on defense, just absolutely struggling with the amount of raw speed that the Blizzard are posting in the back third.
Here he comes, Boostin. Keeps the ball in the middle. Now Swift trying to keep it up on their offensive side. Boosting for a redirect. Just barely a little too high. Biggles keeps it cleared out and into the corner. Now Biggles, hopefully he can catch the ball and do something with it, but he's low on boost, it seems. Zaya with the clear, up and over. Zero defenders. Sylveon can't quite get past Boostin to get a touch on the ball. Now Boostin just trying to keep it a little bit of a ruckus for the Spartans to be able to do anything with it. Biggles now, the only one on the ball. A little bit of a panic touch, pushing it into the middle of the field, up in the air. Swift can now easily control it down onto the offensive side. Zaya trying to take the time away. Sylveon keeping the ball away from the middle of the area. Middle of the zone. Peso now trying to get another shot, push it back into the middle for another shot from the Blizzard. Denied by Zaya. Biggles, a little bit of a panic jump on it. Sylveon pushing the ball now onto the offensive side. Denied by Peso. Peso trying to carry the ball. Zaya keeping pressure on all these Blizzard players, trying to push it in and just get a simple goal. There's only one goal. 3:45 left in the game. You get one, you're back in it. Pushing it to the middle. Denied by Swift. Swift not taking it all the way to the offensive side as Boosting gets a demo on Zaya. Now Sylveon, last man back. Trying to get a push up on it. Another demo from Swift on Zaya. As the ball falls onto the Spartans' defensive side. Nobody on the ball quite to push it in any determined direction. Peso trying to get to the center. Zaya pushing it back out in the middle of the field. Boostin trying to get a shot. No defender back as Peso simply puts a little redirect on it and sinks it in. 3 minutes and 17 seconds left in the match.
No, it wasn't. It was more of an action RPG, but this was really good.
Apologies for noise in the background. Currently working with roommates, but the fact of the matter is, like, the Spartans, they managed to hold on. They're only down by 2. This game is still retrievable. But the Blizzard know for a fact that they need to shut down Zaya, because Zaya has been the backbone of the defense. And the Spartans, they need to help Zaya out on defense. Like, Zaya right now, Zaya is posting the majority of the points and ball touches for the team. And you can't rely on one player too much, because if that player gets demoed, like you saw before in the last set of plays before the goal was scored, then your defense just struggles to. Oh, and he got faked there. Boosting goes for a 45, gets it off the backboard. Peso comes in, tries to finish this. Biggles knocks it away. Boosting here has another touch, 50s it off the ceiling. Sylveon's gonna miss this. Zaya's gonna go up, lose it to Peso, who puts it into the corner. Sylveon stuck near post with no boost. Peso kind of hold on to possession of it, but Biggles is gonna challenge. Knocks Swift off it, but doesn't get the ball. Zaya here puts it down in towards the backfield. Biggles is going to try and get this in. Boostin's going to touch it away. Zaya goes for a shot. Swift is here in the corner. Sylveon knocks it all the way to the other side. And Zaya tries to hold on to it, but unfortunately, both the Spartans caught near post again. Boostin here knocks it off the backboard. Sylveon comes in, knocks it off the back wall. Biggles gets the clear. The Spartans now trying to transition from defense to offense. Loses it to Peso in the corner. Peso goes for a demo. Ball is out and open in front of the net. Zaya gets a demo on Peso, but the double commit there from Sylveon and Biggles is not good looking good as Boosting gets it back down. Now Biggles is awkward on defense. He has no real hit on that and he leaves it for Zaya. Zaya knocks it all the way down to the mid-third, takes it down, goes for a 50, 50s it down into the Blizzard, and here comes Sylveon, and the Spartans score, getting one back. Minute and 30 seconds left. The Spartans, you have a chance. This is within your grasp. You just have to put the pressure on the Blizzard.
You gotta say, a minute 29 to score one goal to try to pull the game back. It's completely now back in the grasp of the Spartans. They can do something about this now. They've got momentum. Biggles taking the face off down on the offensive end, already making it look a little rough for the Blizzard here as the ball drops down to Zaya. Zaya keeping it in the offensive half. Boostin pushing it back now onto the Spartans. Can the Spartans recover? Sylveon gets a great touch on it, but Boostin has a shot. Zaya being the last one on defense, getting another save for the Spartans. But as it comes in, Sylveon keeping it denied out to the outside. Zaya gets the 50, keeping it in the midfield. Now going off to Boostin, who can make an easy save. Off into the corner. Zaya trying to push it to the center, trying to get a pass probably out for a teammate as it gets denied away. Going back to Mr. Biggles in the midfield as he misses a touch on it. A little bit of a few flips. Good communication from the Blizzard as they keep pressure on this ball and try to keep it away from the Spartans. Now Boostin trying to take a shot. Two Blizzards stuck on the offensive side. The Spartans, all they have to do is get it past these defense and they can get another shot on net. And demo after demo. Zaya down again. Now we've got Peso down demoed by Sylveon. A little bit of a double commit from the Spartans, but trying to keep the pressure up on the ball. Boostin left alone with it in the front half. Coming in for a shot. Almost no defender. Biggles denies it off to the side. Peso pushing it back into the center. 3 Spartans, 2 on the backboard, trying to keep it out and away from the center. As they're looking a little panicky from the Blizzards. It looks like we have a bit of a Rule 1 situation going on between Peso and Sylveon. Now we're kind of running into a little bit of a 2v2. Boostin trying to take it down and in. Biggles and Zaya. Now they're going to take it onto the wall. Zaya hopefully can get it down to Biggles. Biggles for a shot. As now Boostin has it to dribble in the midfield as he takes it in for a nice easy goal, extending the lead 3-1 for a series win from the Blizzard.
The Spartans, you were so close to getting that back, but the Blizzard ultimately just once again came out on top. And that Rule 1 at the end didn't really seem to help the matter. But like I said, the Spartans, your near post rotations are killing you. They are killing your defense. They are killing your ability to stop the progression that the Blizzard are making in the offensive third. What's happening is you are coming back near post, and now the ball is coming from behind you, which triples, if not more than that, makes it more difficult for you to touch that ball if it's coming to you, or if it's your hit or your job to stop it. And you're getting multiple players in the near post corner. You're getting multiple players in the near post. The Blizzard's the Spartans' defensive rotations right now are not where they need to be. Granted, they're getting saves, but Boostin alone had 8 shots on net, and you cannot give him that much time and space in the offensive third.
Yeah, the defense from the Spartans needs to start at halfway. They need to get the player on the back post. Can't be turned around. They need to find their boost pathing and make sure they've got something in the tank in order to deal with these Blizzards that are coming in on them. Because right now, this is just, the storm's here. It's fluttering by, and the Spartans can't seem to be doing anything about it. They can't find any cover.
No, they cannot rely on Zaya to be their sole savior on the back line. Zaya is the only player that I really noticed was, per se, consistently in the most opportune position. But with that being said, the Blizzard taking the series. They're up 3 games. Now the Spartans, you're not going to get a series, but you do have the opportunity to take a couple games off, and Biggles gets a big save there. Comes off the backboard, manages to put it out to the mid. Sylveon is there, and Sylveon, unfortunately, just cannot get a good touch. Swift here 50s it with Biggles out to the mid. Zaya gets a touch. Swift has this. Peso gets a touch around, beats Zaya. Sylveon is awkward yet again. No boost at the near post. In Sylveon, there are 32 pads on the field, my brother in Christ. You cannot be that dry all the time. It all comes down to boost management and boost pathing for that Spartans defender. And it does not look like it's going any better as the Blizzard, yet again, 40 seconds into game 4, come out with a goal.
Gotta say, a little bit of a stutter going for that rear corner boost. Sylveon kind of got stuck out of position there, but then again, no other defender back from the Spartans. They got a little stretched out. Coming to the next face-off, 4 minutes and 20 seconds left. Swift versus Biggles. Swift wins it onto the offensive side now as Boostin already on the wall, going for an aerial shot, possibly a double tap off the backboard as Zaya denies the opportunity. Swift puts it back up off the backboard. Peso for an easy shot, but doesn't put it in on net. Off the ceiling, Swift's trying to take a shot now, and Biggles denies everything from here from the Blizzard. It's nice to see more than one defender here on the Spartans team in this game.
Yeah, they're finally starting to figure it out a little bit. Oh, and an awkward double commit there is going to cost them dearly. Oh, maybe not. Sylveon makes it back to make the save. Biggles gets a 50. Boostin puts it towards the net. Zaya's there, but he can't quite get there. And that's oh my goodness. Biggles, what? Okay, never mind. There they go. I was so confused as to what was going on. That is chaos at its finest. Zaya managed to get Sylveon just absolutely murked Zaya out of the goal line, and Biggles could not get there in time. But the Blizzard, again, they won the series, but they're not letting off the gas pedal. And the Spartans are going to get an easy kickoff goal here to put them back within reach.
Gotta say, possibly a little bit of a keystroke error from both of the Blizzard players. Not quite enough reaction time to make up for that missed face-off.
Faking? Question mark?
Faking? No mistakes, only fakes.
No mistakes, only fakes. I'm going to make a Rocket League clip platform And instead of like OnlyFans, it's going to be Only Fakes, and it's going to be the greatest business idea. Hit me up for business inquiries. Peso here has it in the corner, trying to get out of his own net, gets beat by Biggles, who puts it down center. Booston's going to get it clear off the backboard. Zaya's going to put this back in. Swift is really awkward. Sylveon has a chance to put this in, but Swift gets back to it again. Biggles gets another touch over the defender. The Spartans showing a little bit of a glimpse of offensive pressure there. Zaya gets beat. Swift beats Sylveon. Can't quite get there. Peso puts another one in, and the Blizzard remind the Spartans why they are #1 in the conference.
Oh yeah, I mean, a touch up and off the ceiling just to get it around a defender, that's pretty calculated. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, the communication on the Blizzard side is very clearly superior, and the chemistry between the players, you can tell that these players off the field play together a lot. And an unfortunate, really close one there. You hate to see it, but Sylveon, you almost had that. It's just unfortunate, and a really nice shot by Booston from downtown to put that in. But the Spartans, you have roughly 3 minutes. You have most of the game left. You can still recover this, but you're going to have to change a lot of things. And one of those things is the transition from defense to offense in the mid-third. Maintaining possession of the ball and not letting the Blizzard literally set up anything right as you're going in. And right now you see all 3 Spartans on the offensive third as Biggles is racing back to try and keep possession of this. He gets demoed by Booston. And Sylveon here, awkward mid-tier boost. Zaya here has an air dribble, low boost, gets a good 50 on it to keep it moving towards the net, and it goes in. Peso can't quite get to it. I believe that was Peso that was there. They could not quite get to, that was Booston, they could not quite get to the ball. And that's a lag hit if I've ever seen one.
A little bit of a ghost touch on that one too. But stay persistent, and the ball will go in. You miss 99.9, all the way up to 100% of the shots you don't take. Sometimes there's own goals, but generally, if you don't shoot, it's not going in. And I love to see the commitment from Zaya there, trying to push that ball in no matter what. As he comes on another offensive stretch, Swift denying it off to the left side. Now Booston here to collect it. Tricked up by Biggles, as Biggles puts it back for a teammate to shoot. Sylveon, a light touch, not quite what he wanted, I'm sure, but here we go as they're trying to steal the boost from the Blizzard, but the Blizzard taking onto their offensive half. Peso now trying to push it into the middle of the field. Tripped up on the shot again. Sylveon with the ball in the corner, trying to collect and pull some possession on it. Now over to Zaya. Ball's just floating around. Here's it falls onto the offensive side for the Spartans. Swift now taking a long aerial across the entire field, trying to get a flip reset and denied by Sylveon. Ball's falling for Zaya. Zaya trying to get a touch off the ceiling as he loses it to the momentum. Bagels gets the 50. Caught by Zaya, but now the ball is in possession of Peso as he tries to come down for a shot. Denied by Sylveon. Booston trying to keep possession of the Blizzard on the ball. Swift now pushing it up to Booston. Booston going for a pass up off the ceiling. Swift, can he push it into the middle of the field as it goes off the backboard? He can't quite get a touch on it. Biggles pushes it out of the offensive side for the Spartans here. Sylveon now controlling a little bit of space. A little bit of a panic touch, pushing it down onto the net. But Zaya now 3-on-2 for a little moment. Sylveon trying to keep it away from the middle of their zone. Biggles trying to get a touch on it. Peso putting a shot down just past all those defenders on the Spartan side. Not one on the back post whatsoever as it sneaks past the front post man.
Yeah, the Spartans defense there. The Spartans defense there. They're more awkward than me on school picture day wearing my Invader Zim t-shirt from Cartoon Network. I don't know what to tell you, Spartans, other than you have got to communicate better and you've just got to get better touches. Sylveon here going for the near post boost. Peso here going for a fake. Gets it over Sylveon, gets it out to Swift. Swift gets a touch. The control that the Blizzard have in maintaining possession that they have. Zaya here has it in the mid-third. Boostin grabs the mid boost, can't quite get back. Swift is already up for this, manages to get it off the sidewall, gets a double to keep it down, beats 2 of the defenders. Sylveon comes in near post. Boostin bangs this back off the corner. Peso goes for a demo, but nobody's home. Zaya here, missing the ball. Sylveon trying to get it out, gets a soft clear. Biggles is up for this, gets beat. That's just going to roll in. Peso is going to elect to leave that for Sylveon's chances, but it's yet again, This game, Spartans, it's a wash. You just got to focus and reset the next one. Taking one game is better than a 4-1 is better than a 5-0. A 3-2 is better than a 4-1, etc. But it's not looking bright for the Spartans. They are looking very flustered and very defeated, pun intended.
Yeah, it looks like their momentum that they had, the armies stopped marching. A little tough as Boostin gets a 0-second goal, making it 7-2 and extended the lead just a little bit more for his own player stats here.
Yeah, the statistics on this one are going to be absolutely wild. Seiya unable to get to that. Sylveon unable to react in time to get up to the ball. And the Blizzard getting that 0-second goal. They are now up 4-0 in the series. I'm not going to count the Spartans out yet. I'm going to say they still have a chance to take a game. They have it in them. We've seen it. But again, Boostin, 6 goals on 7 shots. And of those 6 goals, every single one of them had an assist tied to it. So these guys aren't just good at shooting. They're good at shooting after making an infield pass. They are touching the ball with each other. They are working together as a cohesive unit. And it shows. 8, 9, 14 shots to 5. The Blizzard are just an offensive powerhouse. They're not stopped.
Yeah, I'd love to hear their comms over there right now because, I mean, they might be laughing and having a great time. They might not be calming at all because it looks like they've got their confidence up to 100 right now. They're doing fantastic. They're getting plays off to each other. I mean, as you said, all these shots. How can you expect to lose a game when you're allowed to put so much on the net?
Oh, yeah, you can't. And the Spartans, they don't have the saves to back it up either. They don't have the defense to show for it. They have had the hardest time with rotations and chemistry on the team, and it's showing. Their communication is relooking. But it looks like we are going to go to a lobby reset, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
We are going to lobby reset. So this is actually a good thing, and I'll give them credit for this. The lobby reset gives time for the Spartans to kind of calm and collect themselves, figure out what they need to do, and at the very least gives them a chance to talk about how to rotate on defense. It's their biggest struggle right now, and it's something that they really need to figure out. Listen, taking one game off an undefeated team is still that. They've lost 7 of 30 games, so taking one game off an undefeated team is still something to be proud of.
Yeah, see, it's going to be tough because if they can get that win, that's fantastic. That's only 8 losses that the Blizzard have ever given up, and you guys got one of them. So hopefully they can find a little bit of drive here and they can bring it all the way back down home and get a win for it. Otherwise, they're just coughing up a 5-0 win to the Blizzard, making their number 1 seed spot look that much sweeter.
Yeah, and it's definitely going to raise the eyebrows of a lot of people with the Blizzard looking at that, saying, you know, this team, they're going to be the model for teams, especially for Champion League going into the future. What were your salary rates? What were your players like? What kind of skill sets did you have? What did you have going on? You know, what was everything that needed to be done going into the future? So the Blizzard, they don't need to fix anything. They're perfect. They're down to the last minute detail. Everything that I've noticed aside from expected whiffs, right, are they're doing well. They're meshing well. They're communicating well. They're passing well. They're rotating well. They are having good, solid games. And pardon me as I get back into the lobby. But with that being said, go ahead.
The Blizzard, they have their momentum, and you know, they're having a great time. They're able to put up so many goals. I can only imagine all the people from the Blizzard watching this game series, anybody rooting for the Blizzard. I mean, they're having a heyday. It's a Saturday night. Your team's up 4-0 in the series so far. They've only got 1 game to go. Win or loss, they're not unhappy with it. They came pretty much what they came for. They got what they came for.
They really did. And the Spartans, I mean, they showed off really strong in game 1 with the overtime loss, and they were so close, and they lost that game on a fluke goal. But with that being said, you needed to carry that momentum into game 2 and into game 3, and you needed to say, like, even though you lost game 2, say, hey, we can take game 3. We almost took game 1. We were damn close to doing it. So now we can go in and try and take game 3 or game 4. But what's happening is they're getting bogged down on defense. They're getting flustered. They're getting, what I would assume is frustrated. And they're failing on their rotations. Their boost pathing is wrong. The Blizzard aren't helping that because they're working really well on boost starving them as well. First man goes for the touch, center goes for a shot, comes out, goes in, rotates out, grabs a corner boost, rotates back to mid. Mid boost is gone by the second man. Now the Spartans, when they go to transition, they've got nothing but the boost pads that they had on defense. And the Blizzard are even taking those. They are constantly full, constantly able to go for those aerials, constantly able to do what they need to do to generate that offense. So there's not really a whole lot the Spartans can change other than just get good.
Well, and on top of that, the Spartans do also have to look out on defense, because beyond just getting all the boost stolen, the Blizzard, anytime there's a Spartan in the path on a rotation, they're getting a demo. I mean, the Blizzard are just absolutely blowing up every single Spartan they can get their hands on. And yeah, as tough as that can be, you got to wash it aside, because just as game 1 showed you guys, it's possible. This isn't impossible. It's completely within the grasp of the game to pull a win here and pull it to a 4-1 at bare minimum. A 4-1's not too bad. It's better than a 5-0.
Yeah, a 4-1 is better than a 5-0. Definitely. Nobody likes going 0-5 because that puts a huge anchor on your bottom line. And now to get back to you were before this series, if they take an 0-5, now the following weeks you need 1-5-0 just to level out back to where you were, and then you need to win games on top of that to kind of regain ground on the standings and leaderboards. So,
here we go into game 5. 5 minutes on the board. Let's see what the Spartans can do.
Let's see what they can do. But right off the bat, here comes Sylveon with a dunk on Swift. Swift is up this. It's off the backboard. Biggles isn't quite there. Peso puts it off the corner post. Sylveon gets a save, or not one that he gets credit for. He gets a redirect there. Zaya has switched to the Dingo, and you know what? I kind of like to see it, not because I think it's going to be a better car for him, but it kind of is a telltale sign of, I'm just here to have fun. We've lost the series, but you know what? He's got the mindset to just go ahead and have fun with the game anyways, and just play his game. His mentality, to me, that's a good sign that his mental state is still in a positive ground, to say the least.
Yeah, I gotta say, especially with the Blizzard taking all these shots on the Spartans are getting kind of lucky with everything hitting the backboard, but they haven't let up pressure. They're pushing all the way down. They've got 2 guys on the ball. Zaya trying to put it back up in the middle. Biggles trying to get a demolition on one of the defenders and couldn't quite get it. Now Swift all alone with Sylveon, and Sylveon denies the shot as they're trying to pull it off the backboard. No immediate Blizzard pressure as they get a touch up and over to Peso. Peso drops it just a little short for Biggles to get a touch off the backboard. Biggles takes the shot off the crossbar. Sylvia sinks it home and puts 1 up for the Spartans. Now leading the game 1-0, 3:40 left. It's a lot of game, but hey, they're in the lead.
This has been not only the fastest they've scored into a game since game 1, this has also been the first other game that they've scored first other than game 1. So, with that being said, that's got to be a huge confidence booster for the Spartans. Like, you've already lost the series, but at the very least, try and take 1 game, right? Keep your heads up, keep your head on your shoulders. Just play your game, and everything will fall into line. Unfortunately for the Spartans, even if they do take game 5, it'll be too little too late. The demo there, boosting can't quite get there to put the target on net. Biggles here touches it off the corner, out to the midfield, gets it over Peso. Swift gets it over Biggles. And Peso here changing it right back the other direction, gets a touch out in front of net. Boost in here, puts it in, and both of the Spartans went high when the ball went low, and the Blizzard tied up.
Yeah, that's rough to see a shot go in with almost no contest on it, and having 2 defenders back, a little bit of a double commit. Slight mistake, but it's one you gotta pay for. And that's paid for in a goal for the Blizzard. Coming in for a face-off, 3 minutes and 5 seconds left. Going onto the defensive side of the Spartans, Blizzards get another touch off the ceiling, denied by Sylveon. kept in the zone by Peso, as Peso's trying to put another shot on. Can't quite get it, as Biggles brought it a little too dangerously close. Kept up by his teammate. Swift trying to get a nice little aerial, push it down and onto the net. Denied by Mr. Biggles in the air before he could even take the shot. Sylveon now pressuring the ball, trying to take a shot to surprise the defenders on the Blizzard side. Now to Zaya, same type of tactic, dropping the ball into the midfield. Sylveon keeping a touch, keeping it on the offensive side. One Spartan defender back. I love to see it. Here as they put pressure on the ball, making the Blizzard think, because they haven't had to play against it all day, but as the floater goes by, again, the back post defender didn't look like they were quite awake enough, not quite ready enough to be able to deal with it.
The Spartans just, the reaction time was there, but that ball had some heat on it coming back, and the placement on it was very well done. Again, the double commit from the Spartans. One of them, you were sitting in the middle of the goal, which is not ideal, because you want to be, if you have two back, you want one at the near post and one at the back post, because that way if it goes over the near post, the back post has a high chance of getting it, because it's a very easy ball. Should be very good, easy for them to get. Here comes Sylveon, gets a flick over the net, puts it off the backboard. Biggles here trying to 50 it out in front of net. His boosting is already up for this. Sylveon here gets a kill down into the corner. Saya touches it out to the right wall, trying to hold on to possession of it, chasing it down. Manages to grab mid boost, dunks on Swift, but does not get possession of the ball. Sylveon rotating back near post yet again. And Peso here touching this out open to the mid. Zaya's already up, neglects not to go for it as Biggles called him off and then didn't touch the ball. Here comes Biggles. 50s it off the backboard. Swift is down, knocks that in. Sylveon's not going to be able to get there. And the Spartans, yet again, telltale defensive rotations are struggling. As Sylveon went for boost when a shot was incoming. You hate to see it.
I gotta say, when you're thinking maybe a teammate might be on the backboard to get that touch, but they're both stuck upfield, you know, as hard as we've been on the Spartans for this entire series, they are playing a number 1 seed. And frankly, when you're playing a number 1 seed type of team, you can't be anything but perfect. So as far as CL goes, the Blizzard are looking phenomenal. They could probably even start to take on some of the lower ML teams if they were doing well enough. They might be able to pull a game there. But the Spartans, they can't let that be an excuse to do poorly. They're definitely going to be able to have to work hard, or they're going to have to work hard to pull it in here as Sylveon tries to fake for a goal. They can't quite get it as the ball is pushed to the defensive side, dropping into the middle. Zaya with a shot and sinks it in. A minute left in the last game of the series. Down only a goal. It's within grasp yet again. I just want to see it not slip through the fingers of the Spartans here. I want to see the Spartans pull it through and beat that number 1 seed.
Yeah, I really want to see them. They're within reach. They have 60 seconds. All they have to do is find a way to score 1 goal and then force the overtime. Do I really want to see them put it into overtime? No. Sylveon there makes a save. Biggles gets a touch out of the box into the wall. Neglects to rotate back. They both went for the same boost pill. Sylveon now up for this. Biggles grabbing the pill in the other opposite corner. Saya here touches it out to the midfield, but Peso was waiting patiently for that to come. Boost in here, gets a touch up. Zaya's going to jump for this. Swift has a touch into the corner, trying to get it center for a teammate, but Zaya 50s it away. Peso here, a little dry in the tank, able to pick up the mid, but not in time for Zaya to come in and try and put this off the backboard. Boostin touches this. Sylveon keeps it in. Biggles is already up, but as a third man commit, you hate to see it. The Blizzard capitalized the other way and put it in.
Can't blame them too much for going with the third man commit. It's the last game of the series. You're only a goal down. Throw everything at him, including that kitchen sink, and maybe you can get something to work. So as a tactic, I can't blame them. It sucks because they got to find a hole in the wall of the defense of the Blizzard here, and it's so difficult to do so because they know exactly they know where their teammates are. They know what they've got to do. And as far as them now, it's just killing time. It's just 10 seconds to keep that ball where they want it, and that's out of their defensive side. Here's the Spartan trying to control it as it goes back to Sylveon, who's running backwards, dropping it up to Boostin. Boostin's going to keep it up and try to probably get 1 more goal before the end of the series. Denied by Sylveon, kept in by Swift, still in the air as it goes off the backboard from Swift, almost, not quite off the backboard, but in the net to get a 0-second goal. 5-2 for the Blizzard. An unfortunate loss of the entire series for the Spartans, but again, a number 1 seed is not an easy team to play.
No, the Blizzard showed up and they showed why they are the number 1 team. They are now have a series record of 7-0, and yeah, you hate to see it, but if you're the Spartans, what you do now is I would take these replays, go back, talk to your PL team. talk to your ML team. Figure out why you got, your butts handed to you on a silver platter by the same salary levels as you. Because something, obviously, if you lost 5 games in a series, something is terribly wrong. Something is terribly wrong with your rotations, with your communications, with your decision-making, your touches. This is something that is a coachable moment for them to come back and return. Like, the chances of them making playoffs, very slim to none. But at the same time, there's still an opportunity to grow and develop as players, and at the very least, prepare for next season. Grow as a player, become better as a player. Who knows? Next season, these players could be on the undefeated 7-0 teams. You never know.
Yep.
But it's all about mentality and staying positive with it. It's going to be a hard loss for the Spartans, but to be completely honest, everybody kind of expected it. So it is what it is. But unless you have any closing thoughts, Goosen.
I mean, I just want to say, Spartans, you got to keep your heads held high. You came into this with not the worst record, but you were going against the number 1 seed. Again, with those match replays, go over them a little bit, because in CL, it's a smaller mistake that you're making compared to the FO series we'd seen earlier. There's smaller mistakes, but they get punished more easily, especially by a number 1 seed. So I think if you just go into this next week, look at those replays, practice a little bit, even just a few times a week, get everybody into the lobby and do a little bit of something with them. Get used to the comms, get used to the rotations, and you guys will do great going into the rest of the season, possibly even enough to steal a playoff spot.
Maybe. I mean, there's going to be a long list of things that have to happen outside of the Spartans for them to get a playoff spot. But you never know. Like I said, last season, my AL team made it into the threes playoffs with a 5% chance. Do not count yourselves out yet. Hold your heads high. Keep moving forward. And that, ladies and gentlemen, I believe is the end of our night here on MLEsports.gg. That is the last match of our night. So this has been a stream presented to you by APM Music. I have been your host, Fresh McFarland, and my co-host, Goosen. Thank you all for watching. Thank you to all the players for showing up. Thank you to Envy, our match official, and Leechy, the man himself, for being the broadcaster tonight on this stream. Credit to them for making this happen, to all of you guys. So round of applause for them. We will see you guys tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern for another round of matches, and this time it's doubles.
Yep.